Ever had that lingering thought, that burning curiosity? Did you make a truly lasting, unshakable impression? Is she, right now, long after your interaction has ended, still thinking about you, replaying moments, analyzing your words, unable to quite dislodge you from the intricate labyrinth of her mind, even if she consciously, desperately tries to? Because here's a fundamental, often overlooked truth. Most men simply don't grasp. Becoming unforgettable, truly embedding yourself into a woman's psyche, isn't about grand, ostentatious gestures or suffocating constant attention. It's about a profound understanding and subtle, masterful leveraging of deep psychological triggers. Triggers that bypass conscious resistance and etch you into her memory, making you a recurring thought, an unsolved enigma, a lingering presence she can't easily evict. Today, I am not giving you superficial tips. I am revealing 3 potent, almost forbidden psychological techniques. Let's call them mental imprints, meticulously designed to ensure her mind can't let her forget you. These aren't cheap tricks. These are sophisticated psychological engravings. And the third method, the third imprint, is so profoundly effective, so subtly insidious, she might not even consciously realize why she can't stop thinking about you, why you've taken up permanent residency in her thoughts. This is how you transcend a fleeting encounter and become a lasting, unforgettable echo in her mind. So why do the vast majority of men and their interactions with women fade from memory almost as quickly as they occur? Why do they become instantly forgettable? It boils down to a few critical, all too common errors. Crippling predictability. They are utterly painfully predictable. Their conversation topics, their compliments, their reactions. She's heard it all, seen it all 1,000 times before. They are a carbon copy, not an original. Lack of emotional impact. Their interactions are flat, devoid of any real emotional resonance. They play it too safe, too nice, too vanilla. They fail to evoke any strong feelings, positive or even mildly challenging, that could create a memorable anchor. Excessive agreeableness and neediness. They are too quick to agree, too eager to please, too obviously seeking her validation and approval. This signals low status, low self-worth, and a fundamental lack of an intriguing, independent core. These men provide no intrigue, no psychological puzzles to solve, no significant emotional anchor points for her memory to latch onto and replay. Their conversations are forgettable because they lack spark. Their presence is unremarkable because they try to fit in, to be liked, instead of standing out in a compelling, authentic, and memorable way. To become truly unforgettable, to live rent-free in her mind, you must deliberately, strategically shatter these patterns. You must orchestrate interactions that are not just pleasant, but profoundly memorable, interactions that stimulate her mind, ignite her emotions, and pique her curiosity in ways she rarely, if ever, experiences. This is about becoming a psychological landmark in her mental landscape, not just another fleeting passerby. Technique number 1. This is foundational to creating lasting memories. You must consciously, skillfully create significant emotional peaks and valleys within your interactions. Monotony, emotional flatness is the absolute death of memory. Intense emotional experiences, both powerfully positive and even mildly challenging, always within respectful, calibrated bounds, are not just remembered, they are seared, etched into our brains. The deep psychology. Our brains are biologically wired to prioritize and vividly remember experiences that evoke strong emotions. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. A conversation that is purely flat, entirely agreeable, however pleasant it might seem at the time, is easily forgotten, lost in the sea of mundane daily interactions. However, moments of intense, genuine laughter, a sudden, unexpected, deep connection, playful, witty teasing that makes her think, an intellectual challenge that stimulates her, or even a brief, skillfully managed moment of tension or vulnerability, ideally followed by a satisfying resolution or connection. These create powerful, indelible memory anchors. The precise execution. Inject potent humor and playfulness. Don't be afraid to be genuinely witty, to engage in clever, playful teasing, calibrated to her personality and receptiveness, to create moments of shared, authentic, perhaps even unexpected laughter. Strategic depth and vulnerability. Briefly and authentically. Skillfully transition from light, engaging banter to a moment of genuine, insightful conversation about something meaningful, perhaps even sharing a brief, relatable vulnerability of your own, demonstrating trust and depth. Then pivot back to a lighter tone. This contrast is powerful. Playful intellectual challenge and stimulating debate. Respectfully disagree with an opinion, challenge her assumptions playfully, engage her mind in a stimulating intellectual spark. Make her think and feel simultaneously. Compelling storytelling with emotional range. If you share a story, ensure it's brief, engaging, and evokes a range of emotions, perhaps humor, a touch of vulnerability, a sense of triumph or insight. Don't just narrate facts. Create an experience. You are no longer just having a conversation. You are consciously orchestrating an emotional symphony. These carefully crafted emotional imprints, these peaks and valleys, make the memory of you far more vivid, far more resonant, and significantly harder to dislodge from her subconscious than any purely logical, bland, or one-dimensional interaction could ever hope to achieve. She won't just remember what you said, she'll remember how you made her feel, intensely. Technique number 2. This is where you transform from a person into a captivating enigma. You must intentionally, skillfully leave her with the unfinished puzzle, the unclosed loop, the incomplete narrative. This involves employing strategic ambiguity, artfully unanswered questions, and deliberately created open loops that her mind will subconsciously, almost compulsively, strive to solve and complete long after you are physically gone. The deep psychology. This leverages the powerful Zeigarnik effect. Our minds have an innate, powerful compulsion to complete unfinished tasks, to solve mysteries, to close open loops, to find resolution. When you strategically introduce elements of intrigue, when you hint at deeper, undiscovered layers of your personality or life, when you end interactions slightly prematurely before full closure or complete revelation, her mind will continue to process you, to think about you, to actively try and fill in the blanks, to construct a complete picture. You become a mental preoccupation. The precise execution. Hint at hidden depths and unique experiences. Subtly allude to interesting experiences you've had, unique perspectives you hold, or hidden talents you possess. Without fully elaborating, drop intriguing breadcrumbs that make her lean in, wanting more, but don't give her the whole loaf. The to be continued. Vibe, masterful cliffhangers. End a particularly great conversation or a fascinating point with a phrase like, there's so much more I could say about that. Perhaps a story for another time. Or, that reminds me of something incredibly funny, crazy, insightful, but I should probably save that one. Establish unique inside jokes or shared secret understandings, quickly and subtly. Create a small, unique point of connection, a subtle reference or an inside joke that only you two share, making her feel part of something exclusive and memorable, something she'll mentally revisit. Slight, calculated unpredictability in communication and demeanor. Don't always be instantly available or entirely predictable in your responses or your moods. Within reason, of course. This isn't about being erratic, but about not being a flat line. A little well-placed mystery in your timing or your perspectives can significantly fuel her thoughts and her desire to understand you better. You are essentially planting a highly engaging thought virus, a cognitive seed that will sprout and grow in her mind. Her brain becomes a detective, a cryptographer, relentlessly trying to piece together the full, fascinating picture of who you are, making you a recurring, often dominant character in her internal narrative. She's not just thinking about you, she's actively trying to solve you. Technique number 3, and this is absolutely crucial for ensuring the quality and longevity of the unforgettable impression you leave. The art of high-value disengagement and the cultivation of a peak, positive, lasting impression. How you end an interaction, the final emotional note you strike, is often what she will remember most vividly and associate most strongly with you. The deep psychology. This leverages the peak-end rule, a cognitive bias where people judge an experience largely based on how they felt at its most intense point, the peak, and at its very end. By strategically leaving on a high note, confidently, purposefully, and having made her feel good, you create a powerful, positive final memory anchor. This reinforces your perceived high value and leaves her with a pleasant, almost addictive afterglow intrinsically associated with your presence. The precise execution. Master the art of being the first to end it, often and gracefully. Especially in initial interactions or when momentum is high, gracefully and confidently be the one to end the conversation or the encounter, while it's still highly engaging, enjoyable, and she's clearly invested, not when it naturally fizzles out or becomes awkward. You know, this has been surprisingly fun, intriguing, enjoyable, but I should probably get going, get back to my friends, attend to plausible high-value reason. A single, genuine, specific compliment, if earned, authentic, and well-timed. If appropriate and only if truly genuine, a single, specific, well-calibrated compliment about her personality, her intellect, her unique sense of humor, or a particular quality she displayed, not just generic physical compliments, unless delivered with extreme skill, can leave a strong, positive, memorable mark. The confident, purposeful exit, no lingering. Leave with a warm smile, strong posture, and a clear sense that you have other important things to do, other places to be. No awkward lingering, no looking back hesitantly. Your exit should be as confident and high value as your presence. Ensure she felt good about herself, the reciprocity of positive emotion. While being intriguing, challenging, and mysterious, ensure that the overall interaction made her feel good, seen, heard, stimulated, or respected. People remember, above all, how you made them feel. If she felt good in your presence, she'll want to feel that again, and she'll associate that good feeling with you. You are meticulously controlling the final frame, the lasting imprint, by exiting with demonstrable high value, leaving her feeling positive emotions and subtly wanting more due to the premature high-note departure. You solidify an image of yourself as a desirable, confident, intriguing man whose presence is a net positive and enriching experience. This positive association makes her want to think about you, to replay the interaction, to anticipate the next one. You become a positive addiction. Now, let's be absolutely clear. These techniques, these psychological imprints, are about understanding the often hidden levers of human psychology to create a more memorable, more intriguing, and ultimately more attractive presence. They are undeniably potent. And like any powerful tool, any profound knowledge, they must be wielded with unwavering integrity, profound respect, and a strong ethical compass. The ultimate goal here is not to haunt someone maliciously, not to play manipulative mind games for fleeting ego gratification, and certainly not to create unhealthy obsession or distress. The legitimate, ethical goal is to cut through the deafening noise of forgettable, superficial interactions to spark genuine, authentic curiosity and to create a compelling opportunity for a real, mutually respectful connection with someone you are genuinely interested in. By being a man who is genuinely interesting, multifaceted, and leaves a positive, lasting, and thought-provoking impact. Ultimately, the most unforgettable, most cherished connections are those built on a foundation of authenticity, mutual positive regard, respect, and shared value. Use these insights to enhance your natural strengths, to become more aware of your impact, to communicate more effectively, and to build more meaningful connections, not to construct a false, manipulative persona. True power is attractive. Manipulation is ultimately repulsive and self-defeating. So to recap the 3 potent psychological imprints, the forbidden keys that can make her mind refuse to let you go. Technique 1, the emotional peak and valley resonance. Create intense, unshakable memory anchors through emotional depth and range. Technique 2, the enigmatic puzzle and the unfinished narrative. Spark her undying curiosity and make her mind work to solve you. Technique 3, the high-value disengagement and the peak positive. Lasting impression. End strong, control the final frame, and leave an addictive afterglow. Becoming unforgettable, gentlemen, is not an accident. It's an art, a science, a deliberate cultivation of impact. In the comments section below, I want you to share what's one specific quality or action in another person that has made them truly unforgettable to you? Or which of these 3 powerful techniques will you commit to consciously integrating into your interactions to elevate your own memorable impact? Let's share the collective wisdom of creating lasting, positive impressions. If you know a man who deserves to be more memorable, who needs to understand how to make a stronger, more positive and more lasting impact in his interactions, share this video. Help him unlock his own unforgettable potential. Let's elevate the game for all men of substance. For more deep, transformative dives into the intricate psychology of attraction, the art of influence, the science of connection, and the path to becoming a man who leaves a powerful, positive, and truly unforgettable mark on the world and in her mind, make sure you have absolutely destroyed that subscribe button and have activated all notifications. Your journey to becoming unforgettable, to mastering your impact, continues with every video. Go out there and make an impression that echoes.